That was great. The Nazi demon. There were some moments that were fine, but overall, that character just did not really work well for me, and the musical number didn't help.
No,
Yeah,
because I'm not opposed to there being musical numbers. I mean, there's some times that works great, but I didn't like that demon's musical number.
Yeah,
and it went on for
It went on too
like
long.
like if, would you say you could easily have gotten over that whole number if it would have been 10 seconds done? But I mean, it was a long.
It was like a whole
segment.
music video.
Yeah,
type
it was
if
a
it
long.
had just been like 1 minute, like just like a briefly, we're gonna step aside, pull out some instruments, and do a little thing. Like that's funny, but they turned it into a full length song, and it wasn't very good.
Yeah,
like I couldn't. Right now, we just watched it 20 minutes ago. I couldn't tell you a single line of that song.
Yeah.
It wasn't funny. It wasn't good. It was just there.
Yeah.
And it just wasted time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It almost seemed like it was just a filler thing. And
what do you guys think, though, of this as an example of a movie? Do you guys think this is a concept that could be made into like a bigger budget? Like, I'm thinking like...
No.
See, honestly, in my mind, I already have a director picked out.
Wow.
Yeah. It's not a horror director.
I want to hear this.
Darren Aronofsky.
Okay.
I think he would do a great job with a movie like that.
I think that this movie, I think you're definitely on. I don't think it's a big budget movie because I just think the whole interaction between the person and the demons and stuff, I don't know that you can deliver that in a way where a huge audience is going to enjoy it. But I do think that done right, this could be like a cult horror classic. You know, like this could be a very, very popular among people that love horror movies type movie. So.
Yeah, so, okay. All right. So here's the thing. I absolutely love your premise here, in that why do we remake good movies and not remake the bad movies that could have been good?
I understand why they don't.
I understand why they don't to a point, but it's still stupid.
It is.
Like, the first example that comes to mind in me is A Nightmare on Elm Street. Like, you remade A Nightmare on Elm Street, and, you know, fine, I get it. Like, you're automatically going to turn a profit because you got the name value.
Right.
I get that. But I don't know anybody who's like, oh, yeah, that remake of Nightmare on Elm Street, that was a freaking banger. Like,
Aaron.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
My girlfriend. It is a source of contention in our relationship.
Okay.
Because I literally won't accept that she likes it. I've gotten better. Like, I usually will just drop it. Like, because I'll mention it and I'll be talking shit and she'll be like, yeah, I like that one a lot. I thought it was really good or whatever. And I'm just like, no, it's not.
Okay.
Like, it's nothing good about it.
I stand corrected. But
yeah.
But my point being is like when you have something that's considered a classic the first time around, your odds of improving upon that are pretty low.
Right.
So I completely agree with the idea of, you know, all these hundreds, if not thousands of movies that flopped hard, you know, just tweak them a little bit. Like, that I agree with. This movie, I don't agree with that about.
Really? Why?
Because I don't see them really improving upon it. I think this movie did really well with what it was trying to do.
Yeah.
The writing is strong. The makeup and costuming or whatever, phenomenal. I mean, obviously that's where the budget went. So great demon work. I've seen big budget movies that have crappier costumes than that. So great work there. Didn't care for the musical number, but I don't know that remaking it would make it that much better. Here's what I will say. I think if you took this movie and you adapted it into a stage play, I think.
Oh yeah, that would be.
I think that could work really well.
I think
it's already got that feel to it.
Yeah, it does. That would be awesome. That's a really good point.
Yeah, that is a really good point.
I still, you know, when I say remake though, what I mean is more of like a reimagining with the concept of it, of the demon falling in love. I don't mean like, let's try to do the same thing and just make it funnier.
Right.
Like, I think that the concept could be taken in a different direction and be a little more serious. be a little bit more like
Polished.
polished, more emotion between the characters of the demon and the guy.
Yeah.
I think you get the right director in there, and I think you're gonna forget all about the fact that there's a contained set.
I give you that. So if that's what you mean, I'm more on board with you, because the concept is like older than dirt. It's older than B. Arthur. It's old. Like, I mean, like you can go back to ancient Greece, right?
Okay.
And find this story.
You got ancient Greece, and you got like Odysseus going down into Hades to rescue Persephone from the underworld.
Okay.
Like this story is old as shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit, man.
And what dreams may come and whatever. But to my knowledge, it's always, somebody is down in hell or the equivalent of hell, and they probably shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
They're well loved. They were a good person. Maybe they made a bad choice or something. So that's kind of the theme. And this one did not do that.
Yeah.
This one did not do that.
It's like flipped on its head.
Yeah. It did, because he's going into hell, sort of, to rescue a demon who has changed. So not somebody who was tortured by demons, but somebody who is a demon.
Yeah.
And that to me is a different concept. Now, you could probably draw parallels with like City of Angels, or which is a remake, by the way.
The Nick Cage one was a remake?
Yeah.
I saw that movie in the theater
it's
three times.
It's a remake of a movie called Wings of Desire. But like similar concept there, where an angel is like, oh, I want to experience human love.
Yeah.
Which that's easier to digest, because it's an angel, it's a perfect being. So the demon thing is a nice twist on that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm rambling a lot here, but my point is like, if what you're saying is like this concept could be done in a new way, I'm completely on board with that. Because I do think, even though it's got pieces of previous things, what doesn't really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's all been done at this point. There's still that freshness to it.
Yeah. There's things I would keep in this movie, remaking it or rebooting it, I guess. I don't know. I guess it wouldn't be a reboot because there's only one movie, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell they call it if it's reimagining.
Reimagining.
So like if they were to reimagine this, I would keep certain things. I would keep the contained set. I'd love the fact that he literally the whole movie sitting in the circle. I actually really appreciate when a movie has a set like that, because it forces them to focus hard on the interactions, on the dialogue. Except in this case with this movie, they didn't really do. It was a little subpar, but I would keep that.
I generally liked it.
Yeah, I would keep that part of it, and I would probably keep a little bit of the humor. I just think that it got cringy over time. It kind of, I think the tone...
And maybe that's why I stopped laughing.
Yeah.
Because the humor got cringy, and cringy just doesn't work for me.
And I think that when the way it was, it didn't really fit with the powerful message of love. I just felt like it should be a more emotional thing than how it played out. And
you could be dead on with that is that they just had too many things going on here that conflicted with each other.
Yeah.
It just made it not come out the way it should have.
Yeah.
Like maybe you're right. Maybe had they focused solely on the love story and not had that humorous aspect to it, it would have been a lot better.
Well, yeah. And on that note, other than him saying like, "Oh man, I love her, and I'm willing to summon demons to get her back,"
yeah,
the flashbacks don't really, sell to me the idea
of
that
like
she's like this most amazing person,
right? And that's the whole point, right? You have in order for you to really be impacted by this film, you have to be able to empathize with his situation. And, it's kind of like, what was that movie that we watched with Too Young to Die or Never Too Young to Die?
Yeah.
What movie was it we were watching where the bad guy, we didn't even really get to see that he was bad. And then all of a sudden it's Quigley.
Quigley?
Yeah, where he's like, we're supposed to buy that this guy's a bad guy, But all we see him do is just be an asshole for like 5 minutes as he's coming into work in the morning, and then he's dead.
Yeah.